Good evening, friends and fiends, and welcome back to Sunday Night NES. Tonight we are playing the classic beat-em-up Double Dragon. This game came out originally in 1987. It was ported to the NES in 1988, and I have been jamming out to this intro music for the last hour or so, and it never gets old. It is really fantastic. So, I see there's already some folks in my chat. Hello to Magpie, good to see you in again. Hello Lydia, and hello Cass. I hope that you guys are having a fantastic weekend. I have been hard at work on writing this weekend. I finished up a blog post for the Wobble Rocket blog about how to take your Dungeons and Dragons encounters to a new level by learning some cool lessons from Japanese RPGs. I've been playing a whole bunch of Final Fantasy IV Ultima, Breath of Fire, and Dragon Warrior, and some of these games have really had me thinking about encounter design. So that was a really fun article to do. I think I might actually make some videos on the same topic, so look for those coming to the channel sometime soon. Aside from that, I have been working on Cellar of Dreams, which is my own creation. It is a system agnostic supplement for dream-related magic items and adventure hooks that I think is going to be really, really cool. I've really enjoyed working on it. It's coming along really, really well. I might even be including a free preview of that product in my next weekly Wobble newsletter, which comes out on Monday. Let's see. Magpie says week-long vacation. Malik Kincaid, welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. I found a pretty cool little item at a thrift store the other day. It is a pretty large Donkey Kong figure. I think this is fairly new. I think this guy came out alongside the Super Mario movie that came out a few years ago. He's pretty neat. He's got several points of articulation to him. He's not quite as big as the Bowser figure that you can see on the shelf behind me. He is a little bit smaller than that, and I will say that the plastic feels a little bit chintzier. Some of the points of articulation are pretty stiff, but he's pretty neat. He's a cool little shelf piece, so he's going to go on my shelf. Probably not the one behind me. I've got another bookshelf over by the door, and I think he's going to go over there because this one back behind me is starting to fill up pretty much, and I'm going to have to get to a point where I have to start kind of rotating my treasures that are back there. I moved his foot, and now he doesn't want to stand up. Hold on. All right, DK, you're just gonna have to lay down until the stream is over. Hello to Furious George. Nikifor, hello, hello, hello. Nikifor is also known as Yuri, who is a fantastic artist, and I have been watching a lot of his live streams lately. Lydia says my creation is better. Yes, your creation is better. The Lego Wobble bot that you can see in the background as well. And AV64 Dancer, welcome in. We are going to go ahead and hop into our game. Let me get focus on my screen here. What's going on here? Why am I not? There we go. So this game actually has a couple of different play modes. Mode 1, or Mode A, one player, is the version we'll be playing. The arcade version of Double Dragon actually had two-player simultaneous mode. However, because of the limitations of the NES, the two-player mode in this game has the players alternating. So you play, player 1 plays until they die, and then player 2 plays. Mode B, which we will hop into just real quick for a second, is actually like a fighting game. And it allows you to select a character, and then you have just kind of a one-on-one fight against that character. What's interesting about it is it actually has different sprites than the normal version of the game. The sprites are actually larger and a little bit more detailed. And what's odd is you play against a double of yourself, and unfortunately the game is kind of skewed a bit so that the CPU wins more often than not. It's not the greatest. I was never a big fan of the two-player or of the fighting game mode, the versus mode. So we're going to reset real quick and get into the actual game. If you do the two-player versus mode, each character can pick their own individual player. But if you do it in one player, the computer always picks the double of whichever character you picked. Like so many games from the NES, this is yet another game where your entire goal is to rescue your girlfriend. You play as Billy Lee, and Marian has been kidnapped by the Black Warriors game, and we have to go beat up a whole bunch of thugs and try to rescue her. You have one button that does a punch move, and you have a second button that does a kick. And you'll notice under my health bar there is there's a heart, and as we progress through the game, we'll gain more hearts. Those hearts represent experience levels, and we will actually unlock new moves for Billy Lee as we gain more experience levels. Just unlocked the second experience level, which gives us access to this headbutt move. Unfortunately, the headbutt move is pretty much a trap. I have never successfully used it against any enemy without taking damage, because it just puts you too close and you pretty much always take damage from it. So it may have been more useful in the original arcade version, but in this version it's not. With that second level, we also got access to the uppercut and the spin kick. And here's Adobo, the first boss of the game. Oh, come on. Adobo can be pretty tough. I'm trying to... There we go. If you maneuver him on the conveyor belt, you can eventually get him to fall, and that instantly kills him. So, usually the easiest way to take care of him. We got the third experience level, which gives us the jump kick. The music in this level kind of reminds me a little bit of the music in like Mega Man 2 in a couple of spots. So one of the reasons that whenever you're fighting in this game, you'll usually see two enemies and they will always be copies of each other. That is apparently another limitation of the NES cart. They didn't have enough memory to have multiple different monsters on screen at the same time. Not monsters, thugs, I guess. This guy will, if you try to do the jump kick at him, he'll duck, which can be pretty troublesome. Mission 3. Okay, you guys were all busy and talking up a storm before I got in here, and now everybody's all quiet. What's everybody up to tonight? Oh, took that knife to the face. I'm gonna die. They got me. Ethan says we're watching the gameplay, no time for talking. Hello, not sure, welcome in. Cass says I'm playing Minecraft and doing laundry. What are you doing in Minecraft? Are you building something? Magpie says, same thing I'm up to every night, Wobble. I'm taking over the world. World building, getting the thoughts in my brain in a usable document. Oh, come on. Cass says at the moment we're on a new server, so I'm just gathering the essentials. But I'm going to try my hand at a little castle keep town. That'll be cool. Stonehome Games, welcome in. Not sure says, I miss playing Minecraft with my son. We built a world with floating islands and a roller coaster that goes on for about 10 minutes. I really like building roller coasters in Minecraft. That might be something that I have to do in my Diamonds and Dragons world at some point. Maybe as a little break from building some of the TTRPG dungeons and stuff. In that world, we are just about done with Marpenoth Hall, and we'll be moving on to doing the dungeon from Into the Unknown, which was one of the first... Oh, no! That hurt. Got knifed in midair. Into the Unknown was one of the first dungeons published for Dungeons & Dragons way back in the day. I have no health. Which means if I get hit once, I'm down. Yeah, that's it. Okay, it doesn't start us too far back. I'm pretty sure this is one of those games that doesn't have a password system, so, you know, being an arcade title, if you die, you pretty much start over. It might have a couple of continues that lets you start from the beginning of the level you were on. I guess we'll find out, because I don't have very many lives left. Oh, it's more adobos! Big adobos! And I don't have any conveyor belt to throw these guys off of now. Ouch. Adobo doesn't have any hair to grab, so you can't do the grab and knee him in the face thing. He also has a lot of health. He doesn't duck very often though, so you can kind of jump kick him. Keep getting hit by the knives. I gotta learn to dodge those. Nope, it starts us over at the beginning of the game. So it's definitely one of those get good kind of games to it. This guy's coming to kick me while I'm drinking my coffee. Heathen says, I've been playing Borderlands 3 all day. Didn't they announce Borderlands 4 recently? Ethan says Borderlands 4 comes out September 12th, I believe. I'll have to look into that. I love that franchise. Which one of the 3 games, well, I guess 4 if you count pre-sequel, which of the Borderlands games have you enjoyed the most so far? Stone Homie, hello, hello. Stone Homie is one of my Ko-fi members, always appreciated. Couple dollars a month helps keep this channel in operation. Whoa! That guy got a nice combo on us while we were talking. Alright, Adobo. Knock you off the edge. Nope, not ourselves. Not ourselves. Come on. Go. Ooh, there we go. Ethan says that's a tough one. Probably enjoyed the Vault Hunter mode of Borderlands 3 the most so far. Stone Homie says Borderlands 2 is best. I really liked Borderlands 2. Borderlands 2 was really nice. It was a nice balance between the two. Oh, I can't pick it up. It's too far away. Oh, he can pick it up. Yeah, well, here you go. Take a box to the head. Lydia says food. What kind of food do you got, Lydia? So this part's actually kind of tricky here. If you just fall off the edge, you'll take fall damage. So you have to use the jump kick to make sure that you land properly. In Double Dragon 2, they do this weird thing where they change up the control scheme. And they make it so that if you are facing right, you use one button for punch and one button for kick. But if you're facing left, you use the opposite button to punch and kick. And it's really disorienting. And I'm not really sure why they made that choice. They went back to it in future games, but it can be pretty difficult to play. Nathan, hello, hello, welcome in. Double Dragon, I'm definitely in. You and me both. Lydia says none. We'll get you something to eat, child. Ethan says, yeah, Borderlands 2 is great. They all are. I haven't gotten to play Tiny Tina's Wonderland yet, though. I haven't gotten to play that one either. I wondered if you could knock that guy off the edge. Lydia said, I had soup, but I'm still hungry. What kind of soup did you have? Nice dodge there. Ow, ow. These guys are kind of doing the number on me. You can get into this sequence where you and the enemy are both hitting each other at the same time, and it's really hard to escape. It's really kind of impressive how many moves they were able to fit into this game, considering that the NES only has 2 control buttons. That guy's coming up behind me and keeps hitting me. The music in this level is pretty good too. Hey Nathan, what is your favorite Double Dragon game? He got me. Lydia says tomato soup. I like tomato soup with like a really nice grilled cheese sandwich. That is just like, mm. All right, let's remember there's a guy with a knife here. Got me again, and he knocked me into the water. And in true NES fashion, heroes can't swim. And that time I just threw myself into the water. Oh no. Lydia says 1/2 of my grilled cheese was burnt. Well, what'd you do that for? Oh, I forgot I don't have the jump kick yet. Hey Cass, make sure that you post photos of your Minecraft builds in the Discord server. We have a whole Minecraft channel. Lydia says I didn't make it. Oh. Who are we blaming the burned grilled cheese on? Uh-oh. Watch out for the barrel. I got turned around. No! That was close. Oh, we both fell off. Oh. We're not doing so great this time. All right, we got that guy down. All right, Adobo, come on. Is it adobo or a bobo? I think it's bobo, actually. Adobo is a seasoning. There we go. We got him. Hi, Freya. Hold on, cat treat time. It's Freya. Yeah. Whine a little bit. Got to earn your keep a little bit and look cute for the camera. That was our brief Freya interlude. And there she goes, zooming across the house again. What? Freya, come here. What are you yelling about? Ow. Just jumped into dynamite. Y'all make sure you hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe. I am trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We are making pretty good progress. We're about 300 something subscribers now. You can't jump off the ladders, which is a little obnoxious. If you're new to the stream, we do Sunday Night NES most Sundays, where I play classic NES games. The goal is not usually to try to beat the game. It's just kind of to show off some of the really cool games from that era. And then we also do, right now we're playing through Final Fantasy IV Ultima, which is a ROM hack of the Super Nintendo Final Fantasy IV game that adds, the ROM hack adds a whole bunch of new items and bosses and enemies and all kinds of stuff. It's really, really fun. We are almost done with that stream, and then we'll probably find a different Final Fantasy ROM hack to play. We just started a Castlevania Symphony of the Night randomizer stream. That airs on Friday nights. And then on Wednesdays, we do Diamonds and Dragons Minecraft, where we recreate classic maps and dungeons from early Dungeons and Dragons and from modern tabletop role-playing game creators. You can find my full stream schedule either on my Discord or pinned at the top of my blue sky. Both of links to that are in the description of this video. Lydia said, I'm about to torment my friend with a thing I said at school. Ouch. I was looking at chat and I got pinned down by this guy. So when you do the hair grab, you do it by doing the kick move, but it depends on how close you are to the enemy. If you're too close to him, you won't actually do the hair grab. You have to be kind of at the very edge of the range for the kick for it to work. There we go. Thank you for the subscription, James. I appreciate that. Whoa. I can jump kick too. All right, it's the Abobo. Abobo 2. I think I got one of them. There we go. I don't guess Double Dragon has any kind of health pickups. And it really needs them because you get about this far and because there's no continues, I mean, you're just going to take damage unless you're just absolutely perfect at the game. And then it starts you over at the beginning again, which kind of sucks. So we are going to swap over real quick to Double Dragon 2, which I am not great at, I'm going to be honest. Simply because, like I said, it has this weird, it's got a weird control scheme. Violence ruled the streets of New York City after the nuclear war. Even with the crime syndicates growing bigger every year, two young men were brave enough to challenge them. While their names were Billy and Jimmy Lee. People called them the Double Dragons. The bearded halfling, hello, hello, welcome in. And yet, the dragons had one terrible enemy. To fight against him was the destiny and fate of the Double Dragons. One day, shadow warriors attacked the city and Billy's girlfriend, Marian, was killed. Oh no, we go through all that to save her in the first game and then she gets killed in the second. The Double Dragon swore to avenge her death. Let's go, Double Dragons. Mission 1, into the turf. I'm probably going to die a lot in this one because the controls are just so weird. Bearded Halfling says, won't be long on today. It's midnight and my daughter just went to sleep. Oh, that's fun. I don't actually know if this one has the experience level kind of system like the first game has. We're supposed to go up. Think. It says we're supposed to go up. Oh, there they are. Hey, no. Bearded Halfling says, those guys cartwheeling sure know how to make an entrance. They really do. Oh no, I jumped off the building. I like how there's technically a paved street at the top of this building. This guy, like, teleports. He's also got a ridiculous ton of health. It's not terribly hard, though. Oh, I guess he doesn't have that much health. They're escaping in that chopper. You'll never make it. Mission 2 at the heliport. Bearded Halfling says, clearly very poor planning regulations in this city. They added a lot more jumping in this one. Jumping and climbing. The levels are much more vertical than they were in the first game. Oh yeah. Magpie says, gotta dip out, which is probably for the best because Beardy showed up. You never forget to triple your dragons. Furious George says, evil overlords are very rarely OSHA compliant. Bearded Halfling said, ew, I didn't know that he was here. Believe it or not, Beardy and Magpie are actually really good friends. They just like to lead everyone on to believe that they absolutely hate each other. Oh, I hated this boss fight. I remember this one. These guys are so fast. Stop! You're just freaking relentless. There we go. Do the jump kick thing. I don't even remember how I did it. Alright, come on. Get one of them into a combo at least. Oh, woo! That was deadly. Bearded Halfling said, I'm not sure if that building is sturdy enough for a helicopter. Hold it! You'll never escape from us! Grasp! The chopper escaped into the neon-filled night. Battle in the chopper. Whoa! Yeah, I forgot about the door. The door opens up periodically, and if you're too close to it, you will fly out. Hey, Bobo has hair this time. Oh, and a suplex. Ouch. And a twin. No. He got meaner once he got a toupee. Oh, and it starts us back at the beginning again. Bearded Halfling, you better click that pen a couple more times. These guys got all kinds of safety violations. Gonna do some coffee. It is really nice to see how these Double Dragon games, like, they really set the standard for future beat 'em up games like Final Fight and things like that. You can see a lot of the mechanics and stuff that show up in later beat 'em ups started in Double Dragon, like being able to pick up enemy weapons and stuff like that. He just straight up pulled a knife. I don't think he was even holding it. But it does have a hair grab. I don't know how I did it, but... The road junction isn't properly aligned. Yeah! Can't even drive on the roofs of these buildings. And there's random storage units just like 5 stories up. It's really easy in this game to accidentally end up kicking in the opposite direction from where the enemy actually is. Bearded Halfling said, there appear to be goons blocking the fire escape. Lydia says, I mean, it was a nuclear war. Which is hilarious because there shouldn't be this many buildings if there was nuclear war. Although I do appreciate the radiation green horizon in the background here. That's nice. Bearded Halfling said, they never said where the nuclear war was. No! I got grenaded. Oh yeah, these guys again. Got one of them down. They seem like they slow down a bit after you kill one of them. No! The mind games of walking up to a guy in a fight and kicking behind instead. Yeah. So Technos Japan, which developed the Double Dragon game, had originally done a beat 'em up for the arcade called Renegade. And Renegade has this same sort of control scheme where what button you use to punch and kick is based on which direction you're facing. And for whatever reason, they brought that back for Double Dragon 2. It wasn't super popular. It's okay once you get used to it, but it's still tricky because if you get into the heat of a fight, you can quickly forget which button you're supposed to use. All right, Abobo, let's knock you out of the door. Yeah, go out, go out, go out. Oh, he didn't go out. He's gonna throw me out if I'm not careful. There we go. There's one of them. All right, here's the other one. Boom. The helicopter propeller is too small for a helicopter of that size. That's true. The chopper is landing on a mysterious island. Mission 4, Undersea Base. Whoa! That thing returns. I didn't know that was a thing. I will say that as far as overall difficulty level goes, once you get used to the control scheme, which I'm not a fan of, it's just kind of weird. Once you get used to the control scheme, Double Dragon 2 doesn't seem to be quite as difficult as the first one. The thing about the back kick is, like, it's supposed to be useful when you have enemies on both sides of you, but it really isn't. It's just not as useful as you'd think it is, because typically if you've got enemies on both sides of you, you're just gonna get hit. Oh, we have moving spikes. That's fun. And grenades. I feel like you guys need to add spikes on the ceiling to your OSHA hit list. We threw daggers at each other. Okay, stop. You're not supposed to have more than one dagger. That's mean. Oh, it's another adobo. Abobo. Abobodobo. I just think it's hilarious that they gave him such a bad hairdo this time since he's bald in the first game. Furious George says, have you ever... No! Okay. Let me pause this so I can catch up with chat. Lydia says, slow elevator. If an emergency, it'll be too slow. Furious George says, now, have you ever watched the Double Dragon movie? Oh, if I have, it has been years since I've seen it. It has been a really, really long time. I don't remember hardly anything about it. It was live action, wasn't it? It wasn't animated. Bearded Halfling says, spikes are fine so long as they're signposted correctly. Oh, geez. Okay, there we go. What do I do here? Okay, there it goes. Where does this path lead us? We've got no choice but to go on. Though this is the way to certain death. Mission 5, Forest of Death. You know, Forest of Death seems like a pleasant island vacation spot. Why can't I throw the spike ball on a chain thing? Hey, the kick was actually useful for a second. Okay, there's a ladder. Oh, I have to jump over these? Oh, maybe not. Curious George says, yeah, live action, Alyssa Milano was in it. I find it amusing if you realize that Jimmy Lee went on to host Iron Chef. Okay, that wasn't as terrible as I thought it would be. It's another Bobo. Bobobo. Did you guys ever watch that show, Bobobo? It was like this weird anime. Hey! What was that? Bobo didn't like me very much. He got mad that I was making fun of his name. Oh! I'm gonna start all the way back at the beginning again. Cass says, I love Bobobo. Bobobo was a really weird, but very fun anime. Lydia says Mojo Jojo. Mojo Jojo's a lot of fun too. Gotta climb the ladder. Ow. It's a lot harder to figure out exactly how you do the moves in this one. Like, I've seen my character do jump kicks and tossing enemies over the shoulder and all kinds of things like that. And I don't actually know what button combinations I'm pressing that's making that happen. It would probably be helpful if I spent the time at some point to look up the manual for this game. I got distracted and was hitting the wrong button and doing that weird little back kick thing. Drew Makes says, who knew the Forest of Death could be so dangerous? Hello, Drew. How are you doing tonight? Drew is another one of my wonderful Ko-fi members. I think. Aren't you? Get to the chopper! Drew says, yeah, I've got Discord roles. That's true. If you become a Ko-fi member for just $1 or $2, you get access to special Discord roles that give you VIP access to previews and things like that from my YouTube channel and from my tabletop role-playing game creations. Bearded Halfling says, I'm getting off now. Catch you later. Thanks for hanging out with us, Bearded Halfling. Have a good one. Hope you and the child sleep well tonight. Drew, I need to set you up a chat command that links to your... You've got an itch.io account, don't you? I'll DM you on Discord later. It can link to your itch.io or whatever else you want it to link to. All right, time to get serious. These guys will do terrible things to me if I'm not serious about trying to beat them. There we go. Jump kick to the face. Really? Bowsette! Hello, hello. Welcome back in. How are you doing tonight? Bowsette says, how's it going? I am doing great. We are beating up a whole bunch of thugs in Double Dragon. At the moment, we are playing Double Dragon 2, The Revenge. Nope. And we all took a dive out of the helicopter. Oh no. All right, it's bo. They also gave him like a mustache. He kind of looks like wow, what's the name of that actor that was in Machete? I'm blanking on his name right now. I can see his face. But they kind of he kind of looks like that. And I just jumped into the water. I didn't actually know there was water to jump into at the bottom. Game over. All right, we have a little while left in our stream, so we are going to, yeah, Danny Trejo, there we go. We are going to hop into, where is it? Double Dragon 3, The Sacred Stones. just to see how the series evolved on its journey through the Nintendo Entertainment System. The Sacred Stones. I need to get the entire soundtrack for NES Double Dragons because they're just all great. A year has passed since Billy defeated the Shadow Warriors, but a new danger has reared its ugly head. Marian has vanished. Didn't she die in the last one? I am Hiruko, a friend. I have information about the girl's disappearance. Her captors will release her after you deliver the 3 Sacred Stones of Power. Mission 1, USA. Yeah, see, in this one, they go back to having specific... You have specific... Listen, I tried to stop them, but they were great fighters, but the one you must fear the most is... Oh, he died. They go back to having a specific punch and kick button in this one. Now we've got a knee and an elbow attack. But no jump kick. Oh yeah, we do have a jump kick. Okay. How do we do the jump kick? Lydia said she fake died, I guess. Lendog says, I just subbed, homie. Thank you. I appreciate that. We are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers this year, and we are trucking along to it. One step at a time. I think overall I kind of like the animations in Double Dragon 2 better. The pixel art is a little bit more detailed in this one, but I think overall I like the animations better. That kick animation just looks kind of funky. Ow. Dun dun dun. Game over. Wow, they don't even start you with extra lives in this one. I tried to stop them, but they were too powerful for me. They're great fighters, but the one you must fear the most is... dying. Yeah, even the punch animations feel like a little sluggish in this one. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to decide that I like the first 2 Double Dragons a little bit better than this one so far. It might surprise me. I don't know. I don't think I ever played Double Dragon 3 much as a kid. I know I played the first 2. So, I mean, maybe that's just kind of coloring my experience a little bit. Part of the issue is I'm not sure if it's the game or... Wow, that was cool. If it's the game or if it's my emulator, but when I'm close to the enemies, they kind of go transparent, and it's a little bit tricky to see exactly what I'm doing. Let's check out the two-player mode. Two-player B is probably going to be... Okay, so two-player B is like simultaneous. Bowsette said, I don't know how anyone could like any of the three of these games. They all feel terrible to me. I don't know. I like the first two. They've got their issues, but... I don't actually know what the difference is between the two-player modes. Maybe one of them has friendly fire and the other one doesn't. All right, and we're gonna go back to the original Double Dragon for the rest of the stream. See if we can make some progress in that one. I'll have to look up the actual arcade version of Double Dragon at some point. See how it plays compared to the NES version. I know that the NES version was stuck dealing with a lot of the cart limitations of the NES. So I think that there's a lot more to the arcade version. Joe Santini says, punching gets you level quickest. Does it? I didn't know that. I didn't know there was a difference between punching and kicking as far as experience level. Bowsette says, Ninja Turtles, the arcade game, was amazing. There are some really great Ninja Turtle games. I really like, what is it? Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time for the Super Nintendo? That was really fantastic. The Ninja Turtles game for the NES is fun, but it is... You kind of got to be a masochist to enjoy that one, I think, because that game is brutal. All right, it's Baldobo. Gotta be careful here and make sure I don't jump kick myself off the edge. Bowsette says Turtles in Time was pretty good. The Fighting Championship, I think it's called, has broke AF hitboxes. It's pretty bad. Joe says, punching gets you most points, I believe, which gets you leveled up faster. You can have 7 stars pretty quick. It's good to know. I always feel like I take more damage when I'm relying on punches, though. Maybe that's just a get good kind of thing, but I get stuck in patterns like that where I'm hitting the enemy and they're hitting me at the exact same time. That dynamite to the face. Dynamite to the face again. I gotta remember that that guy's there. Oh, it's that guy again. Hold on, folks. I got somebody I gotta block. No, I had a troll who showed up on one of my other streams and got himself blocked, and he's apparently decided to show back up again with a, what I'm guessing is a new account. So I just had to block him for a second. People are jerks. That's life on the internet. Mission 3. Bruce says trolls need to stay under their bridge. Yeah. Fantasy trolls are cool. Real life trolls are just kind of wasting everybody's time. Because it's like, I'm not going to react to you. I'm just going to block you. I mean, if that's how you want to spend your evening, is getting blocked on random YouTube channels, get a hobby? Drew says, getting blocked on the best YouTube channel, you mean? Joe says, man, I love NES. You got my sub. Bump them trolls. I appreciate it, dude. I do Sunday Night NES on Sundays. We play a whole bunch of other retro games around here, though. We do some NES games on Saturdays? Saturdays, yeah. And we just started Castlevania... We just started Castlevania Symphony of the Night randomizer. And we do have one Minecraft stream, but that's not really a major part of my channel. I kind of bounce around from game to game, just sort of depends on what I want to play. The Astrophobes. What a username. Kind of sounds like a band name. Barrel to the face. Astrophobe says it was a band. Is it no longer in operation? What kind of music did you guys play? Bowsette said, sounds like someone that hates the Houston Astros. Astrophobia is the fear of space. Furious George says, if you ever played Dracula X, the Saturn version, you can choose from Alucard, Richter, or Maria to play as. Astrophobe says, we played punk rock, Ramones score about UFOs. That actually sounds pretty cool. They are called the Steves now. Man, that's a downgrade. All right, come on, Abobo. You are not in the direction I want you to be. You got me. Astrophobe says, yeah, I know. I was the Astrophobe's drummer. I quit, then they got a worse drummer, but they're doing fine now, I guess. At least you got to keep the cooler band name. Drew Makes says, I'm out. Have a good night, everybody. Appreciate you, Drew. Have a great one. And Heathen says, I gotta run. Have a great evening, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us, Heathen. Always appreciate you in my stream. Lydia says, the Astrophobe sounds better. I agree with that. I got boxed. Loadaim, welcome in. Loadaim is another one of my wonderful Ko-fi members who paints really cool tabletop digital figures for like virtual tabletop games. And you should definitely check out his Patreon, which he has just used his special chat code to drop a link to. Loadaim says, in for a lurk. I used to play the heck out of side scrollers like Double Dragon, but especially Double Dragon. Again with the dynamite to the face. Always forget that guy's there. How many times will Wobble get dynamited in the face by these guys? So far, I think the tally's up to like 4 or 5. Six. So much dynamite to the face. Billy Lee is going to need one heck of a plastic surgeon when this is over. Oh, that was dumb. I got hit by the barrel even though the guy didn't throw it at me. You still take damage even if it's just falling. Russell says, I've beaten this game many times. I know all the glitches and shortcuts as well. I don't think I've ever beaten it. It's It's one that I had as a kid, but I was not great at it as a child. I'm still not really all that great at it, to be honest. The Astrophobe says, "Are you a teacher, Wobble?" I am not a teacher. I have worked in a bunch of different fields in my life, primarily in different mental health fields. I've also worked in libraries, a couple of coffee shops. I have what's called a temporal lobe epilepsy, and unfortunately, since COVID, it has kind of escalated a bit, and it has made working traditional work kind of difficult. So I do a handful of different things. I do editing, I do web design, I stream, I make stuff for like Dungeons and Dragons and things like that. So I have a handful of different random little jobs that I do. The Astrophobe says, "I bought Double Dragon thinking it was 2-player, you know, because the name Double Dragon. Double Dragon 2 was the first of the series to be 2-player. Kind of misleading, don't you think?" So the reason that the first Double Dragon was not simultaneous 2-player, the arcade version is, as far as I know. The NES version is not, because the studio who was porting it to NES was not super familiar with the hardware, and they couldn't get simultaneous 2-player to work. So it does have a 2-player mode, but it's not all that great, because you play one player until that player dies, and then it swaps over to the second player. Later games in the series, they were able to get the simultaneous 2-player working, and then it was a lot easier, so. Russell says, "I usually farm hearts in the first level, hit and run. Drop kicks are a must for the first boss." Yeah, if you can pick up that drop kick, it really makes a Bobodobo much easier. Aha! I didn't get dynamited in the face that time. I got kicked in the face and died. All right, watch out for the dynamite. No dynamite to the face. Jerk. Russell says, "Ah, you missed the glitch." I am not familiar with the glitch, so you'll have to tell me what that one is. Lydia says, "Please remember to like and subscribe." Yes. If you are new to the channel, I would really appreciate it if you would hit that like button. It really helps show my videos to other people. The YouTube algorithm really appreciates when there are lots of likes on a video. And I am on a mission this year to hit 1,000 subscribers. I know when I started this this stream, I was at like 315. I think I picked up a couple over the course of the 2 hours or so that we've been streaming. Russell says, if you climb back up and go to the end, you can hit an invisible man for easy hearts. That's cool. I'll have to try that sometime. Mission 3. Lydia says you have 318 subscribers. That's nice. That's 3 more than what we started with. I always appreciate whenever we pick up new subscribers. I always forget that guy ducks whenever you jump kick. He doesn't do so great against the hair grab, though. Scipio says, you can jump kick at the knife, but be careful. Not sure that I'm brave enough to try that one. All right, we got 7 hearts now. Got that jump kick. Russell says use the elbow move against the upcoming guys. How do you do the elbow move? Oh, okay. So it's like if you don't press a direction, it'll do the elbow. I got you. Yeah, that didn't work so well. There we go. God, I wish this game had health power-ups. Even if it would just, like, restore your health a little bit when you level up would be nice. Joe Santini says, you're on your way, just bring your cat on stream now and again. If you don't have one, just borrow your neighbor's. I actually showed off my cat earlier this evening. She showed up for a little bit and wanted some treats. I have a black cat named Freya. Got me. He is currently asleep on the floor on the other side of my computer. Furious George says, you have room over your left shoulder. Set up a little shelf she can sit on. Freya is... There's actually a cat tower behind me, and she is annoyingly picky about where she decides to set herself up. Thank you for the subscription, John. I appreciate that. She's very picky about where she wants to set herself up, because she was using the cat tower religiously, like spending hours on it every day, until I put the cat tower behind me, and now she almost never gets on it. So I'll probably move it again at some point, and she'll decide that she wants it or not. I don't know. Cats are finicky. Russell says no, go in cave or level restarts. You messed up. Well, that's alright. We're just playing for the vibes at this point. Cass says, got a jet, night all. Thanks for hanging out with us, Cass. Hope you got some good building done in Minecraft. Yeah, I don't have enough hearts. Can't do the jump kick. All right, Bo. You're not doing well against Adobo. Abobo. Brock, hello. Beat Abobo's down the shaft. Yeah, I know, I tried to. Oh, Russell said after the muscle guys in level 3 go into the cave. Okay, I didn't know you could do that. If we get back to level 3, we'll try that. I didn't know that this game had different pathways you could go. Rock says, I forgot how catchy some of the music is in this game. Yeah, I have been just vibing out to it all night. It has been, it's got some fantastic music. It's crazy what some of these guys could do with the 8-bit limitations. Because the NES has some fantastic music to it. Lydia says, I got a friend to subscribe. Well, thank you, Lydia. I appreciate that. Lydia said, trying to get my group to sub, but they be sleeping. Rock Sampson says, I wonder if this game is one of the first to have men on women violence, or at least on the NES. I don't know. Double Dragon came out, in the US, it was released in 1988, so it was kind of like middle of the NES run. Lydia says, I have to dip school tomorrow and got to work on some projects. Rock says, I know there's a bridge jump coming in that I would always fall in. I know it's trickier than it looks for the timing. Yeah, and there's a guy on the other side of the bridge that likes to throw a knife at you. And if you're not careful, you can jump, make the landing, and then he throws a knife at you and you fall into the water. It's terrible. In fact, it's right here, actually. Alright, let's see if I can do this. There we go. Oh, he got me. Bye, Lydia. Thanks for hanging out. And 320 subscribers. Nice. Stone Homie says, have you doubled your dragons yet? I'm not sure. I was never good at math. We might have 3 or 4 dragons at this point. Rock says, not the old-fashioned knife to the face. You missed it earlier. I had a run where I was getting dynamited in the face about 5 or 6 times in a row. I'll take a knife to the face any day. Astrophobe says, I sub. Thank you so much, man. Hi, Freya. All right, Russell says that if we beat these guys, that we can go in the cave, so we need to try that. Assuming they don't, you know, knock the crap out of me. Which so far they kind of are. Oh, he got me. Whoa, 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 whoa. I thought that was game over and I put the controller down. Just scramble to pick it back up. All right, chat. We have a Bobo. What is a Bobo's twin brother's name? Somebody come up with a good name for him. Russell says, after you beat these 2, go in a cave and your health gets refreshed. Nice! Okay, that's good to know. Stone Homie says, everyone make sure to sub. At 1,000,000 subs, we make Cass get a new bit. Okay, we got falling, spiky bits. Thanks for that tip, Russell. I never even knew this place was here. What hit me? Oh, come on. I jumped. Oh, and that's game over. Back to the beginning, yet again. Oh. Okay, good to know. hit by that, by that barrel. Russell says, yeah, during the cave, take your time and wait for the right moment to jump. If you jump too soon, the screen will slow down, jump, and make sure you fall into a fire pit. So let the screen catch up to you. Yeah, that's what happened to me. I noticed that there was some weird slowdown there. All right, a Bobo rematch. Oh, that was close. Got him. Double boxed. Dynamite. All right, there's a dynamite guy right here. Rock says, what happened when did you get a game over? Yeah. Unfortunately, if you get a game over, it starts you way back at the beginning of the game. Russell says the boss of level 2 you don't even have to fight, just climb up the ladder and climb back down and the level will end. Like what, just take him off the screen? That's funny. Russell coming in with all the tips and tricks. Fox says, I remember that glitch. I have no idea why it happens. I assume it's because when the boss goes off the screen, the game assumes that you beat him. It's pretty funny, though. I wish it let you keep weapons whenever you move to a new enemy. Get smacked. You got me. It's a Bobo and me Bobo. Got me. All right, guys, that is going to be the end of this stream for tonight. My hands are getting tired, and I'm going to grab some dinner. Thank you so much to everybody who has hung out with me tonight. It has been a blast. We have had a wonderful time with Double Dragon and the other Double Dragon games for the NES. Special thank you to Russell for all of the cool tips that he dropped in chat. And thank you to everybody who has subscribed. I have really appreciated that. Make sure to tune in on Wednesday morning. We will be doing Diamonds and Dragons Minecraft. That is a Minecraft stream where I create classic dungeons from Dungeons and Dragons and maps from modern tabletop role-playing game creators. We are just about finished with our first build, which is Marpenoth Hall by Dyson Logos. And then we will pick up doing the map from Into the Unknown, which was the first Dungeons and Dragons module ever published. Really looking forward to that. So join us Wednesday morning if you're able, or catch the replay afterwards. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to drop a link to my Ko-fi page and to the Discord. Ko-fi donations are always helpful to support the channel. And if you want to hang out with a whole bunch of really cool nerds, join the Discord channel. We talk about video games. We talk about tabletop role-playing games. We talk about Minecraft. We talk about music. We talk about all kinds of cool stuff. So see you guys there, and I will catch you guys later this week. Have a wonderful one. Bye-bye.